And welcome back to the week who would win. Today's who would win, oddly enough, tying into the Death Battle prediction and balls of Pokemon. It comes to us from King Ghidorah, who asked the question, who would in a fight? Kaido from One Piece versus Rayquaza from Pokemon. Rayquaza is the third member of the Weather Trio in Hoenn. A relatively large Pokemon, too, around 20-30 feet long, weighing only about 455 pounds. He's also one of the only Pokemon that can Mega Evolve without the use of a Mega Stone, and frankly, without the use of a person in general. Him and Mewtwo can both do that, but only Mewtwo can only do that in the movie universe, whereas Rayquaza can actually do that within the Pokemon lore in general. And by that logic, we need to get the stats for Rayquaza around here pretty quick. Stats. So yeah, his base stats immediately go from. One second here. Are immediately around 105 for his HP, 150 for his attack and special attack, which means Rayquaza is built to do damage. Defense is 90, which is solid by Pokemon standards. Special defense 90 and speed's 95. So Rayquaza is a seriously well-rounded Pokemon. And then if you go into Mega Rayquaza's stats, you immediately jump from a base total of 680 to 780. That's an extra 100, adding just a little bit. Nope, HP stayed the same. But adding 30 straight onto the attack and just adding about 10 to defense, so 100 defense, 100 special defense. Speed goes up to 115. Mega Rayquaza is stacked. Being a dragon flying type, he's capable of learning God knows how many techniques, but the amount of base techniques he has pretty much stay within the realm of things like Twister, Scary Face, Crunch, Hyper Voice, Rest, Air Slash, Ancient Power, Outrage, Dragon Dance, Fly, Extreme Speed, Hyper Beam, and Dragon Pulse. If we are to go actually with, though, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they did change a few things up, including giving him the ability to learn Extreme Speed, which is basically the most upgraded version of Quick Attack there is. Rayquaza is very powerful, capable of duking out even Pokemon that theoretically have a type advantage, like Deoxys being Psychic has an advantage over the flying element of Rayquaza. But ultimately, Rayquaza can be defeated and captured, as we see in the games. Kaido is one of the Yonko, one of basically the four pirate lords, and is extremely and overly powerful. He is known as the King of the Beasts, and particularly known for no one being able to injure him or kill him. It's become a pastime of his to try to commit, or a hobby of his to try to commit suicide and fail miserably. One of his biggest attempts at doing that was he had to jump from a 10,000 meter high sky island, then crashed in the ground, creating a massive shockwave and crater big enough to sink large ships nearby, and only emerged with a headache. He literally has a reputation for being unable to die, being caught around 18 times, and had many powerful people as powerful as the Marines, who are extremely powerful. Another Yonko have attempted to execute him 40 times, only to have failed. Kaido survived every single injury ever attempted on him, or every single attempt, because every single execution weapon broke when being used on him. There's one exception to Kaido's durability. One individual has been was known to actually have injured him. And that individual's name was the legendary samurai Kozuki Oden, who was dual-wielding the Owazumano Metelos Enma and Ame no Habirakiri. Basically, two legendary blades, and they gave him the only scar on his body. That's the only individual who's been able to damage him. Even in his normal form, Luffy would pound him with all his power, and his Gear 4th power is no joke. He can decimate a town with that power if he wants to. He was just annoyed more than anything else. He also pounded him in his dragon form, which, and obviously in One Piece there is Devil Fruit, which basically you eat it, you gain a power. If you were to die, the power then goes to the next fruit and you eat it, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was revealed that Kaido has eaten a mythical Zoan, which is an animal-based fruit, that allows him to turn into a giant F-off dragon. Now, that said, it is completely unknown how big this dragon form actually is. There's no measurements for it. But we can garner that this guy is at least a couple 100 feet long at minimum, which means he dwarfs Rayquaza. dragon form. Whoa, sorry about that. In dragon form, he can blow out devastating heat. One of his techniques is known as Bolo Breath, or Boro Breath, or Heat Breath. Blast Breath in the Vismog translation. Basically, just breathes fire and incinerates the area. Highly durable in that form as well. He wields a Kanobo, which is basically a large, almost like a baseball bat covered in spikes. In conjunction with his massive physical strength, he can set individuals flying. He also uses to defeat Busho Haki enhanced gear fourth Luffy, being breaking past the branch defense power, even sent him flying and knocking him unconscious. Kaido has wielded this Kenobi since he was an apprentice to the Rock Pirates. 20 years ago, he also used a double-barreled handgun to execute Kozu Oden. He has a couple attacks. He has one attack known as Ramian or Hakai, Thunderclap 8 trigrams. Charges towards his opponent at high speed, swinging his Kenobi horizontally, strike them with devastating force. The impact releases several black thunders. What does that mean? Similar to that of Hozoki Clash. I think it's basically like it kind of like distorts the atmosphere a little bit. I think is what the intent is with that. Plus, to add on, he's actually surprisingly fast for his giant size, which should note even in base form. Do I got a height on this guy? They don't give me like his physical stats at all. Just give me a birthday. That's okay, and a bounty. But appearance. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So we can compare him a little bit. He is tangibly middle-aged, whose cut is imposing figure due to his equal measurements to his extreme height, somewhat comparable to Big Mom's 8.8 meters. Yeah, it's weird. Humans in One Piece can be a lot larger than normal humans. But yeah, so roughly speaking, he's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8.8 meters, roughly speaking, which is quite large. Meters to feet. Give me a second there for that conversion. Meters to feet, because obviously Rayquaza is measured in feet. Let's see, meters to feet, 8.8. That puts him at 28 feet tall. The hell? Okay, he's around 20. So okay, let's set up this fight. Let's say Rayquaza is somehow in the One Piece world, and he's wreaking havoc, and he's even protecting some people. Kaido sees this. He sees a dragon, and he's like at least mildly intrigued. So I was like, what's this? And he just grabs Rayquaza at 28 feet high. He's already taller than Rayquaza is long. So even if Rayquaza uses like a hyper beam point blank in his face, I don't know if any attack Rayquaza has would do anything to him. Quite frankly, I think Rayquaza would have to go into his Mega form, which, is there a comparison of size for Mega Rayquaza? Because I don't think they change sizes, really, when they go to Mega forms. No, as far as I can tell, there isn't. It's just his form changes, he changes appearance, and he goes into Mega form. And let's say that, he uses a Dragon Pulse, and it does vaguely hurt Kaido. Like, Kaido's kind of annoyed by that. He gets out, he uses extreme speed, crashes into Kaido, who does stumble back. And just, well, that's interesting. I don't know what his English voice sounds like, because I don't watch One Piece. Or read it, to be quite frank. That was one I just couldn't get into. I think I'm just not a huge fan of the animation stuff, I'm going to be honest. Crashes in there. Kaido's just, whatever. Brings out his Kanobo. Boom, smacks Rayquaza straight down. Rayquaza is pretty durable though, so he can take that at least a hit from Kaido, because he is larger than a normal person. Kaido again is impressed, and he just you're pretty strong, dragon, but this is starting to piss me off, and then just turns into his dragon form, which, again, without any real clear-cut measurements, just based on the fact he looks a lot like Shenron in terms of shape. He's based on a Chinese dragon, but he's huge. I'm guessing and I do remember seeing some animation with him. So let me actually go Kaido Dragon, because I got YouTube up. I'm just going to keep it quiet. Kaido Dragon form. Okay. Let's see if I can give myself a good estimate. There we go. On the size of Kaido here in this form. All right. Nope, not yet. Oh wait. Well, all right. I can kind of get a gist of it from that picture. Let me see exactly how large he is compared to some other things here. All right. That's not a good picture of him. All right. Let's see here now. It's tough, but I'll be honest. He's probably about 1,000 feet long, give or take. I'll be straight out honest. I wouldn't be surprised he's around 1,000 feet long, which means if you let's see if I can't do something here real quick. Let's say this entire screen is Kaido's length at 1,000 feet long. At around 23 feet long, here's the halfway mark. So let's just break these up into fifths real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Rayquaza is right down there. So, to be fair, at a speed advantage, yeah, he'd be able to tag Kaido plenty of times. But the problem is, they wouldn't hurt Kaido really at all, from what we can tell by Kaido's durability. And it's one of those things also that, eventually Rayquaza is going to run out of PP for his move. He's not going to be able to use his moves anymore, whereas Kaido doesn't have that restriction. And then really Kaido's Boro Breath would be a fire attack, so Rayquaza is definitely resistant to that. But ultimately, Kaido is just pure power and in size, frankly, over Rayquaza. Rayquaza's got plenty of techniques, but dragon to dragon, these guys can't compare. But Kaido completely stomps Rayquaza. Even in just human form, assuming he is a human, he's still larger than Rayquaza is, roughly speaking, in just his normal human form. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but Rayquaza gets curb stomped in this fight. Seriously. But let me know what you think. You think Rayquaza ultimately could beat Kaido in some way? Again, yeah, understanding that Kaido, with the level of durability Kaido actually has, and just the fact of how powerful he is, this is one of those things that I don't see how he really wins the fight, Rayquaza. But let me know in the comments below if you think different. If you do, that's cool. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for Who Would Win, and tomorrow also for Land to Court videos. So stay tuned for those. Till then, see you later.